Good day everyone, we are the Group 9 and we will be reporting about sustainable management of tourism and hospitality. At the end of this chapter, the students should be able to 1. Explain the meaning of sustainable tourism. 2. Explain the ethical aspects of tourism and hospitality. 3. Discuss the sustainable goals. And 4. Explain ecotourism and the laws related with it in the Philippines. This chapter will discuss the different management that are being done by the establishments to maintain and sustain tourism and hospitality resources such as environment, heritage, art, history, language, customs, and culture of the people. It is necessary to conserve and maintain those resources for further generations to enjoy. Sustainable management of tourism and hospitality. Over the years, sustainability and environmental issues have gained significant attention in hospitality, tourism, and management projects. Across the world, discussion of sustainable development, including that of hospitality industry, are ongoing. In fact, the hospitality industry is taking a serious note of it. So, the growing focus on sustainability and environmental issues in hospitality and tourism reflects a global shift towards responsible practices. The industry's acknowledgement of these concerns indicates a commitment to sustainable development and recognition of the impact it can have on both business and the planet. Meaning of sustainable management of tourism and hospitality. The concept of sustainable development was initially taken in the context of the social indicators and thereafter expanded to address the environmental indicators. The World Commission on Environment and Development, the Brundtland Commission, popularized the concept of sustainable development in 1987. We may define sustainable development as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So, the concept of sustainable development emerged with a focus on social indicators and later broadened to encompass environmental considerations. The Brundtland Commission in 1987 played a key role in popularizing the idea. Sustainable development, as defined by the Commission, involves meeting present needs without jeopardizing the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Sustainable management of tourism and hospitality means achieving quality growth in a manner that does not deplete the natural and built environments and preserve the culture, history, and the heritage of local community. Sustainable tourism and hospitality consists of the natural surroundings plus the built structures such as lodging museums, art galleries, and attractions. The word environment includes the natural habitats, built structures, culture, heritage, history, and social interactions. So, it underscores the need for growth that respects and preserves the delicate balance between natural environments, built structures, and the rich cultural elements of local communities. By recognizing the holistic nature of the environment, encompassing everything from habitats to social interactions, sustainable tourism and hospitality aim to ensure a harmonious coexistence with both nature and local heritage. This approach seeks to cultivate quality growth that is mindful of the broader impact on ecosystems and communities. The dimensions of sustainability encompass the following elements. Competence management. Competence management involves identifying, developing, and optimizing the skills and capabilities of individuals within an organization to enhance overall performance. It includes processes such as skills assessments, training, and continuous improvement to align the workforce's competencies with organizational goals. Efficient competence management contributes to employee effectiveness, career development, and the organization's ability to adapt the evolving challenges. Eco-efficiency. Eco-efficiency approaches aim to balance economic prosperity with environmental responsibility. The goal is to optimize efficiency in resource utilization, energy consumption, and waste generation, ultimately fostering sustainable practices within business operations. Financial management. Financial management involves planning, organizing, directing, and controlling an organization's financial resources. It encompasses various activities such as budgeting, financial forecasting, cash flow management, and financial decision making. Effective financial management is crucial for the long-term sustainability and success of the business, as it helps allocate resources efficiently and make informed strategic decisions. Innovations. Innovations is a key driver of progress in various fields, fostering growth, efficiency, and competitiveness. It can manifest in technological breakthroughs, business models, or creative solutions to address existing challenges. Embracing innovation is essential for organizations and societies to adapt to evolving needs and stay at the forefront of progress. Operational performance. It involves aspects like productivity, quality, efficiency, and responsiveness in delivering products or services. Monitoring and optimizing operational performance are crucial for organizational success, ensuring that resources are effectively utilized and that the business operates at its highest potential. Product performance. It encompasses various aspects such as reliability, durability, functionality, and overall quality. Monitoring and assessing product performance are critical for businesses to ensure customer satisfaction, loyalty, and the product's competitiveness in the market. Feedback, testing, and continuous improvement efforts are key components in maintaining and enhancing product performance over time. Stakeholder management. Stakeholder management involves identifying, engaging, and addressing the needs and interests of individuals or groups who can affect or are affected by an organization's actions. This includes customers, employees, investors, communities, and more. Effective stakeholder management aims to build positive relationships, foster collaboration, and consider the diverse perspectives and concerns of those involved. It is crucial for achieving organizational goals, maintaining a good reputation, and ensuring long-term success by balancing the interests of various stakeholders. Sustainable management. Sustainable management involves conducting business operations and making decisions in a way that considers long-term environmental, social, and economic impacts. Sustainable management practices often encompass environmental conservation, social responsibility, ethical considerations, and economic viability. The goal is to create a positive impact on both the organization and the broader world, fostering resilience and longevity.
Managing sustainable tourism and hospitality.
Sustainable tourism and hospitality management can encourage visitors to adopt responsible travel practices, such as minimizing waste, conserving resources, and respecting local cultures and customs. This can help to reduce the negative impact of tourism on the environment and local communities. The concept of sustainability in hotel and industry. The concept of sustainability in the hotel and hospitality industry revolves around adopting practices that meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Sustainability in this context encompasses environmental, social, and economic considerations. Sustainability in the hotel and hospitality industry is an ongoing commitment to balancing economic success with environmental and social responsibility. By integrating sustainable practices into daily operations and decision-making processes, hotels can contribute to the well-being of local communities. By integrating sustainable practices into daily operations and decision-making processes, hotels can contribute to the well-being of local communities, protect natural resources, and provide guests with responsible and meaningful travel experience. In simple terms, sustainable hotel practices consider and benefit current generations without causing detrimental impacts to future generations. This means that hoteliers must consider what eco-friendly hotel practices they can implement to be sustainable. The Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), also known as the Global Goals, is a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and assure that all people enjoy peace and prosperity. The Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) are a set of 17 global goals adopted by all United Nations member states in 2015 as part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. These goals are designed to address a range of interconnected global challenges and promote sustainable development across economic, social, and environmental dimensions. The SDGs aim to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. The 17 Sustainable Development Goals.
Number 1. End poverty in all its forms everywhere. Number 2. End hunger. Achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Number 3. Ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. Number 4. Ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Number 5. Achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Number 6. Ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Number 7. Ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Number 8. Promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Number 10. Reduce inequality within and among countries. Number 11. Make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Number 12. Ensure sustainable consumption and production pattern. Number 13. Take urgent action to combat climate change and its impact. Number 14. Conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Number 15. Protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainable manage forests, combat desertification and halt and reverse land degradation, and halt biodiversity loss. Number 16. Promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. Number 17. Strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the goal partnership for sustainable development. The United Nations General Assembly declared 2017 as the International Year of Sustainable Tourism for Development, honing on the potential of tourism to promote the Universal 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The International Year enhances tourism role in the following 5 key areas. Number 1. Inclusive and sustainable economic growth. Number 2. Social inclusiveness, employment, and poverty reductions. Number 3. Resource efficiency, environmental protection, and climate change. Number 4. Cultural values, diversity, and heritage. And number 5. Mutual understanding, peace, and security.
Current trends in sustainable tourism and hospitality. Number 1. Eco-friendly accommodations. refers to hotels, resorts, and lodges that prioritize sustainability by implementing practices to reduce energy consumption, use renewable energy resources, conserve water, promote waste reduction, and recycling. Number two, community engagement involves actively involving and supporting local communities in tourism activities, promoting economic development and cultural preservation, and fostering positive relationships between tourists and locals. Number three, natural conservation focuses on protecting and preserving natural environments, including ecosystem, wildlife, and biodiversity through responsible tourism practices and activities that raise awareness about environmental issues. Number four, responsible food and beverage practices involves promoting sustainable and ethical food options such as sourcing local and organic ingredients, reducing food waste, supporting sustainable family practices, and offering vegetarian or vegan options. Global impact, sustainable tourism, and hospitality. Number one, environmental conservation refers to the protection and preservation of natural resources, ecosystem, and biodiversity, ensuring their long-term sustainability and minimizing negative impacts from tourism activities. Number two, biodiversity preservation involves effort to protect and conserve the variety of plants and animal species and different ecosystems, promoting their survival and maintaining ecological balance. Number three, climate change mitigation refers to actions taken to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and minimize the contribution of tourism activities to global climate change, helping to mitigate its negative impacts. Number four, natural resources management involves the responsible and sustainable use of natural resources such as water, energy, and land to minimize environmental degradation and ensure their availability for future generations. Benefits of sustainable tourism and hospitality. Number one, environmental preservation and sustainable tourism and hospitality involves taking proactive measures to minimize negative impacts on the environment, promote conservation practices, and ensure the long-term sustainability of natural resources and ecosystems. Number two, conservation of natural resources and sustainable tourism and hospitality means using resources wisely, minimizing waste, and implementing practices that protect and sustainable manage water, energy, land, and other valuable resources to ensure their long-term availability and ecological balance. Number three, biodiversity protection and sustainable tourism and hospitality refers to the efforts and initiatives aimed at safeguarding and preserving the variety of plant and animal species, their habitats, and the overall ecological balance, ensuring the long-term viability and resilience of ecosystems. Number four, climate change mitigation and sustainable tourism and hospitality involves taking steps to reduce the industry contribution to global warming by implementing practices that minimize carbon emissions, promotion renewable energy resources, and adopting sustainable transportation options, all aim at mitigating the negative effects of climate change on the planet.
So my topic is about current environmental laws in the Philippines. Environmental laws are very important because it protects natural resources, protecting human health, and fostering sustainable development. These laws help us to prevent any environmental issues or harmful human activity that can destroy our Mother Earth.
If wala ang environmental laws i-implement, what will happen to us and also to our environment? Of course, wala tayong pakialam kung yung mga actions ba natin or yung mga ginagawa natin is nakakasira ba sa kalikasan. So, without the environmental laws, there would likely be increased pollution, habitat destruction, and overexploitation of natural resources. If meron tayong concern or pagmamahal sa ating environment, we should follow those rules. Kung tutusin para din sa ating kapakanan, especially sa ating health, na kapag example is sa sobrang polluted na yung nilalanghap nating hangin is sobrang polluted and yung tubig na iniinom natin is dapat malinis. Kaya yung mga environmental laws na yun is malaking tulong sa atin na para pinoprotektahan nito is yung health natin and also the environment. Philippine Environmental Policy. Set of principles and guidelines and goals established by the government organization or entity to address and manage its impact on the environment. So the purpose of the environmental policy is to promote sustainable practices, protect natural resources, and mitigate adverse effects on ecosystem and human health. So the environmental policy has a big role in our society, to our health, and also to our environment. To prevent any harmful activities of human that can affect to our health. It is important that we have knowledge about the environmental policies kasi we can practice it in our home, na mga practices or mga basic rules na makatulong sa ating kalikasan is pwede natin siya gawin sa ating pamamahay. Like kanang proper waste disposal or etc. So the environmental policies. So maraming mga environmental policies na ini-implement here in the Philippines. So I have only 4 examples here. The first one is Clean Air Act. It's about air pollution. So how can we prevent air pollution? First is reduce public transportation. So, pero nowadays we live in a modern world. We can stop yung pagdami ng mga vehicles, yung pag-improve ng technologies. If malapit lang tayo sa ating pupuntahan, pwede naman tayong maglakad or gagamit ng bike. Kasi sa ganong paraan, sa maliit na bagay, kumbaga, is nakakatulong tayo sa ating environment para mabawasan yung air pollution. And also tree planting, because trees absorb pollutants and release oxygen. So, pwede tayo magtanim ng mga puno, Ito is nakakatulong din, sa ating environment. Kaya, yung sinasabi nga yung trees can release oxygen para ma-absorb na yung mga pollutants. And also promote to use sustainable, eco-friendly product like reusable or recycled materials. And the proper waste management. We must avoid to throw our trash anywhere and dispose properly the hazardous materials properly to prevent air pollution. Number 2 is Clean Water Act. This law is to protect the water sources for safeguarding water quality, ensuring the public health, and preserving ecosystem on clean water. To prevent the water pollution is dapat alam natin yung tamang proper waste disposal. If itapon natin kahit saan yung basura natin, tapos napunta sa tubig na pinagkukunin natin ng inumin, so it can affect our health, pwede tayo magkasakit. And also we must use eco-friendly products, the biodegradable and non-toxic products to maximize the impact of pollutant on water. So mga recyclable like bottles, no, plastic bottles. Pwede natin siya gamitin pang decoration or gawing plants, gawing path ng plants yung recycled plastic bottles. So the number 3 is ecological solid waste management, or ESWM. So the primary goal of ecological solid waste management is to minimize environmental impact of social waste while promoting resource efficiently and community well-being. Sa mga tourist destination or tourist attraction, so hindi natin maiwasang mga maraming basura kahit saan. Kahit saan nila tinatapon, kahit may basurahan na nandoon, no? Kahit mayroon na nakalagay na bawal magtapon ng basura, pero yun, hindi pa rin natin sinusunod. And nasa atin na din yun. If naatay concern about sa atong environment, kahit ganun lang nakasimple, no, na bawal magtapon ng basura, gagawin natin yun siya. Ifa-follow natin yung mga laws na yun. Kasi it's about our environment, para maging malinis yung ating environment. So dapat we must apply the 3 R's. So what are the 3 R's, no? The reduce, the recycle, and reuse. The reduce, recycle, and reuse is the central of ecological solid waste management. It encourages us to minimize waste generation, reusing items whenever possible, and recycling materials to prevent them from ending up in the landfills. So those people who violated this law, there's a penalties. Even in a little way, no, we can help to our environment. So we can practice the reduce, reuse, and recycle sa ating bahay. So the last, it's about the Philippine Mining Act. No? Mining is one of the pangkabuhayan ng ibang tao here in the Philippines. But this kind of work have a negative impact to our environment and also to our health. Minings have various negative impact. Now, it's affecting ecosystem, water, air, and biodiversity. So, if nagmamining tayo, so magkakaroon ng habitat destruction. So, bakit nga ba nagkakaroon ng habitat destruction? First, kasi before tayo magmamining, no, i-clear natin yung mga trees, putulin. Kasi, paano ka magmamining if na mga kahoy? So, putulin mo siya. If naputol mo yung kahoy, so lahat ng mga wild animals o mga hayop na ninirahan doon is aalis. Parang kinunan mo sila ng tirahan nila. Yung sinira mo yung tirahan ng mga hayop na nandoon. And also, magkakaroon ng soil erosion and degradation. So, of course, pag nagmamining tayo, wala ng kahoy, so wala ng ugat na pag mag-ulan, wala na yung kakapit doon, no? Wala ng ugat ng kahoy na kakapit doon na protektahan yung mga lupa para mag-prevent na magkaroon ng floods or landslides. And also, mining can cause global climate change, especially those involving fossil fuels, contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, contributing a global climate change. So, gaya na nga sinabi ko nung una, napakarami na mga environmental policies na gina-implement dito sa Pilipinas. So, mayroon pang iba. Example nito is the Climate Change Act, Wildlife Resources Conservation and Protection Act, Environmental Impact Assessment, and Constitutional Mandate. 1987 Constitution of the Philippines includes provision emphasizing the state's duty to protect and advance the right of the people to balance a healthful ecology. Forestry Reform Code. So this law, which concerns about Philippines forest is very important to sustain flora and fauna, which are living in the forest, and also to sustain those endangered species. Stop the illegal mining, illegal logging, and deforestation. Because at the end, we're the one to suffer the consequences of our actions. Example, so, example is kanang, yun nga sinabi ko, yung illegal mining, no? So, pag wala ng kahoy, so what will happen? So, pag nagbaha, sino maaapektuhan? Di ba tayo din mga tao na gumagawa nun, tayo din naaapektuhan. So, dapat Forestry Reform Code. This law, which concerns about the Philippine forest, is very important to sustain flora and fauna, which are living in the forest, and also to sustain those endangered species. Stop the illegal mining, illegal logging, and deforestation. Because at the end, we're the one to suffer the consequences of our actions. Example, if nag-illegal mining tayo. So, of course, the first na before tayo mag-illegal mining is i-clear lahat ng trees, putulin lahat ng kahoy. So, ang mangyari doon, yung lahat ng mga animals na naninirahan sa forest na yun is mawalan sila ng tirahan at pili silang mamatay or ilipat sila sa ibang lugar. And of course, pwede din magkaroon ng mga floods, no? Kasi wala na yung kahoy na magpo-protect sa lupa na magsusupport, walang ugat na magsusupport doon sa lupa na yun to prevent the floods and the landslides. Bakit nga ba nakarating tayo sa mga environmental issues and policies, no? Na yung topic naman natin is about sa mga tourism and hospitality industry. So, because the environmental issues are closely connected to the tourism and hospitality industry, due to the significant environmental impact of travel-related activities and to the operation of accommodation, the tourism and hospitality industry increasingly adopting sustainable practices, including eco-friendly accommodation, responsible tourism initiatives, and community engagement. Sustainable tourism aims to minimize negative environmental impacts while promoting social and economic benefits. For local communities, as a tourist, ganahan ka ba na mag-travel sa lugar na polluted, daghang mga basura kahit asa ka, and hindi malinis yung accommodation at yung tubig na iniinom mo doon is marumi. Ganahan ka ba na mamasyal or mag-adventure if you're a nature lover? If ka ng bundok is walang mga kahoy, puro na lang mining, no? Kaya connected yung mga environmental issues sa tourism and hospitality kasi ang pinopromote kasi ng tourism, ano nga bang pinopromote ng tourism? Diba yung mga environment, mga natural resources natin like mga beach, no, mga mountains. So as a tourist, okay lang sa imuhan, no? Okay lang ba sa imuhan na magligo sa kadagat na daghang basura, na mag-adventure sa kalugar na polluted, marumi, walang mga kahoy. So yun, kaya connected yung mga environmental issues na yun. Kaya ang Pilipinas, nag-implement sila ng mga environmental policies, no, para to protect the natural resources, to protect the environment, and also to protect the human health. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Water Code of the Philippines. is the law that governs the ownership, appropriation, utilization, exploitation, development, and protection of the water. Kani kay kuan siya kanang ang kanang Water Code of the Philippines kanang kanang para magprotekta sa sa tubig, sa mga lake, sa mga dagat. Mo ni siyang gibuhat ni siyang Code of the Philippines kay para mapanatili ang kanang limpyo sa kalimpyuhan sa tubig, sa mga dagat, sa sapa, ay sa lake, mga suba na malimpyo sa perminti ba. Nasa 5 ka provision nga ginasunod, mga ginasunod sa mga tao ba para di sila malapas. Declaration of objectives and principle. The codes aim to achieve the optimum development and rational utilization of rights and responsibility of the owner of the water. Ang kanin siya diri kay kuan siya kanang bali mura siya kaning declaration of objectives and principle kanang so kuan siya kanang bang bali gi-declare siya ba nga kana siya nga tubig diya kanang bali na siya bawal, di na siya pwede liguan para sa mga dam, dili niya pwede liguan kay ginagamit sa mga tao ang tubig na dito sa ikaduwa tuta sa ownership of water. Ang ownership of water kanang sample kanang tagiya kag tubig kanang tagiya kag kanang suba na kay suba na kay sample na kay suba kanang bali ima obligasyon nimo nga kanang perminti siya limpyo kanang dili maka-apekto sa lain nga mga sapol mga pangkukunan og kanang tubig nga sapol mainom. Example kanang dam sapol sa ibabaw niya kay tag-iya nimo ikaw tag-iya din sa taas din ikaw tag-iya sa kuan paingon dito nya hugaw ang tubig no nya obligasyon man nimo kay ikaw man ang tag-iya sa tubig ay tag-iya sa suba obligasyon din nimo to nga limpyo siya. Kaning number 3 administrative bodies kani ang pinakadakong kanang murag sila ang tagapatupad sa mga batas sample anang mga kalimpyuhan sa tubig sila ang tig-check tanan basta tanan nga parte anang basta bahin sa tubig kanang sila ang patupad ng mga pangkuhaan nimo kanang mga papel mga papel sa sample nakita itagiya kag mga suba papel mga papel sila ang tigkuha na sila dito ka sila makuha slope of application scope of application slope of application kay kanini siyang kanang parte sa ang kanang nasakop sa Pilipinas masasakop sa Pilipinas ila jud na ang kaning teritoryo dili na pwede ang kunon sa lain o basta sakop pa sa Pilipinas ang teritoryo kung unsay nakabutang na nga deklarasyon o mga rules sundon jud na sa mo ni ang scope of application. Number 5 utilization of the water. Utilization of the water kay kuan siya kanang bali mga reserve nga mga kuan mga tubig sa naka-reserve ang mga tubig diya sa example mag-reserve ng tubig na diya sa example sa mga ospital sa mga munisipyo na naka-reserve na daan ng tubig sa bawat isa ka establishment sa dili establishment ka ng bali sa mga panggobyerno na nakabutang na sa daan reserve na sa daan nga tubig mura to.
How hospitality and tourism manage is affected by currently involvement law. Environmental law play an important role in how hotel and tourism businesses operate. These laws are like a guidebook that tell them how to take care of environment. For instance, they are rules about managing waste, using energy wisely, saving water and protecting natural places. Hotel and tourism spot need to follow this rule which can effective everything from how they handle garbage to kind of light bulbs they use. It like having a set of introduction that help the businesses be responsible and considerate to natural meeting the expectation of both law and environmental consequence customer. Ang environmental law di ay kay importante kay na siya para mapangalagaan nato ang kapaligiran ug mapangalagaan pud nato atong natural places. Halimbawa dahil sa environmental law kay saving water and protecting natural areas, and hotel og tourism spot need pud nila o i-follow ang rules kay para mapangalagaan pud nato atong kapaligiran. Eco-responsible approach and hospitality business. Being eco-responsible means doing things in a way that's friendly to make environment. It like making choose that help nature stay happy and healthy. Hotel and places where people go for fun can follow simple steps such as using less stuff, saving energy, and being careful with water. They can also choose local sustainability things like food and product to support nearby businesses and protecting the planet. Being eco-friendly in hospitality is like being a good caretaker of our earth, making sure it stay beautiful and for everything to enjoy. Eco-friendly practices in hospitality industry involves assessing various aspects of sustainability and environmental consequence behavior.
Green Hotel. So, ang Green Hotel, mauna siya ang eco-friendly hotel, sustainable. Nag-care siya sa environment. Importante ang Green Hotel kay dako na siya tabang sa world, like to minimize using water, minimize using electricity. Mga importante sa Green Hotel is mauning eco-friendly hotel, renewable, so paggamit og solar to reduce carbon footprint, waste reduction program para mabawasan ang mga basura o paggamit og single-use plastic, community engagement para matabangan ang group of people living in particular area, to inform all students about the issue in our environment, to help people kay ang Green Hotel Manggod naga-focus siya sa environment friendly o sustainable. So ginapababa nila ang ecological footprint para makatabang og maatiman ang environment while muhatag sila og services sa ilang mga bisita. So para maengganyo ang mga visitors, all we need to do is to give them warm welcome, like paghatag og respect. Ipakita nimo ang eco ang mga eco-friendly like recyclable paper product, refillable toiletries, dispenser ug uban nga mga sustainable items, ug pagpakita og genuine like paghatag og higugma sa nature. Development of Green Hotel. Para ma-develop ang Green Hotel, so we need to follow the practices sama sa pag-minimize using water, minimize using electricity, pag-save sa water, ug uban pa nga mga eco-friendly materials, and to implement water conservation, and to manage the solid waste o pag-recycle so magsunod sa mga international green certification for environment sustainability involves adopting sustainable so eco-friendly naga-measure siya para ma-minimize ang ecological impact. Naga-include siya reducing waste, conserve energy, promoting recycle, so forth initiative nga naga-contribute to a healthier. The green hotel practices in some hotel includes lighting, installing foreground sensor for vibration or natural lights, application of alternate energy sources, energy efficient design, landscape, recycle water, drip irrigation methods, use of drought-resistant plants, growing of tolerance plants, commitment to environment, developing strategies, plan of action, manuals, formulating green themes, monitoring environmental, managing hazardous, proper provision and instruction for storing, use list, toxic product, lethal no toxic substances, phase management, implementation of green integrated risk, phase management program application or organic and insecticide usage or trap, energy efficiency and conservation, use of energy efficiency equipment, application of alternative energy resources.